Human attraction is a complex phenomenon influenced by both visible and invisible factors. While physical appearance, charm, and personality traits play significant roles, there's an often overlooked yet powerful force at play: sexual energy. This invisible quality goes beyond mere physicality. It is an aura, a magnetic presence that draws people in, often without them understanding why. Sexual energy is not just about sex. It is a primal, life force energy that exudes confidence, vitality, and sensuality. It is the difference between someone who is merely attractive and someone who is irresistibly captivating. This energy is subtle yet potent, influencing how others perceive and respond to us on both conscious and subconscious levels. Sexual energy is the most primal, potent, and creative energy within us. It is the root of our existence. Literally, it governs desire, connection, and the drive to become more. But what society often teaches us is only its shallow aspect: physical gratification. True sexual energy goes far beyond that. It is an essence, a vibration, a frequency that becomes part of your aura. People may not consciously understand it, but they respond to it. It's the reason why someone can walk into a room without saying a word and yet draw attention. It's the quiet confidence, the relaxed presence, the poised masculine or feminine polarity that causes heads to turn and curiosity to rise. This isn't about being loud, flashy, or seductive. It's about energetic depth. Sexual energy, when contained, becomes spiritual electricity. You become a transmitter of intensity, presence, and purpose. It's not just about attraction. It's about commanding respect and admiration without saying a word. Why it's invisible yet potent. People are more sensitive than they admit. They can sense when someone is leaking their power or when someone has mastered themselves. The person who retains their sexual energy is often more grounded, more creative, and more in control of their emotional and psychological states. They exude a quiet fire. There's no need for validation, no desperation for attention. That self-sufficiency is felt. Most people can't articulate it, but they feel when someone is different, when someone is holding something sacred inside. That sacred thing is sexual energy refined into charisma, presence, and confidence. This invisible quality manifests in subtle ways. The way you speak with calm authority. The way your eyes hold someone's gaze. The way you move with intention and not anxiety. The way your words carry weight even when you say little. These aren't learned behaviors. They're byproducts of the inner cultivation of energy. People aren't just attracted to your looks. They are drawn to your essence. That essence is what you've been refining and protecting through retention and inner discipline. Those who practice semen retention or sexual energy conservation know firsthand how the invisible becomes real. Day by day, the fog lifts, vision sharpens, the body becomes stronger, emotions stabilize. Suddenly, there is clarity in thought, boldness in speech, and purpose in movement. These changes are not external. They arise from within. What changes is not only how you see the world, but how the world sees you. Women become more intrigued by your stillness. Men feel challenged by your silence. Friends begin to notice your glow. Your absence becomes louder than other people's presence. That is the mystery of refined sexual energy. It speaks without words. Retention doesn't make you better than others, but it puts you in alignment with a deeper version of yourself. That alignment is magnetic. People sense when you are connected to something greater than dopamine. They sense your commitment to growth, strength, and discipline. And that attracts not just attention, but reverence. There's a difference between arrogance and embodied confidence. Arrogance repels. Presence attracts. When you retain and transmute sexual energy, your confidence does not come from external validation. It comes from your inner kingdom. You're no longer trying to prove anything. You simply are. Sexual energy, when untamed, becomes desperation. It leaks out in your gaze, your words, your body language. But when it is mastered, it transforms into a gravitational pull. You don't need to chase people. They come to you. You don't need to speak louder. Your silence is already loud. This is why the most powerful men in history always had an aura around them. It wasn't just their achievements. It was their discipline. They had a mystery, a spiritual aura, and a fire behind their eyes that came from holding something within. The more you master your sexual energy, the more people feel secure in your presence. You're no longer ruled by lust, and that makes you trustworthy. You're not the type to use or manipulate others for momentary pleasure. You carry yourself with integrity. That is deeply attractive. This invisible quality communicates. I don't need you to complete me. I honor your presence, but I don't seek validation from it. I see your beauty, but I don't lust after it. This calm detachment is rare, and because it's rare, it's valued. Women, especially, are drawn to this because they are tired of shallow men. They are tired of being seen as objects. When they meet a man who sees them as sacred but doesn't chase them with thirst, they feel that depth and they are magnetized. Mystery is magnetic, and sexual energy, when refined, creates mystery. Why? Because most people don't understand it. They're used to individuals being ruled by their impulses. But when they encounter someone who has mastered their lower nature, they are drawn in by the enigma. They ask themselves, why does he seem so calm? Why do I want to be around him even though he's not trying to impress me? What is it about him that makes me want to listen when he speaks? This is the invisible force at work. You become a psychological disruptor. Your very presence challenges people's assumptions about masculinity, power, and control. Your aura speaks louder than your clothes, your status, or your money. Your energy becomes your message. In today's culture, most men are easily tempted, easily distracted, easily drained. A man who conserves his power is a revolutionary. He becomes a beacon of hope. He becomes a walking sermon. He becomes a living proof that it is possible to transcend addiction and live with purpose. That man doesn't need attention. He is attention. He doesn't need approval. He embodies approval. He doesn't chase energy. He generates it. That's why people follow him. That's why women are drawn to him. That's why his life becomes a quiet revolution. His invisible quality isn't a gimmick. It's not a game. It's not manipulation. It is a glow of sacred restraint, the fire of inner alignment, and the pull of divine purpose. What truly attracts people is not always seen with the eyes. It's felt with the soul. Sexual energy, when mastered, becomes that invisible currency. You move differently. You speak with command. You breathe with purpose. And because you've conquered yourself, you unconsciously inspire others to do the same. In a world where everyone is trying to be seen, the ones who retain their essence are the ones who are truly remembered, not for what they wore, said, or showed, but for the feeling they left behind. That feeling is sexual energy, refined, sacred, invisible, magnetic. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and join the Telegram link below.